Hello, Pisces. Welcome and welcome back to Pisces Network, you guys. We're going to do a reading today that kind of resembles the question reading that we do on Sundays, but it's a little bit different. We're going to get a little bit more detailed to see what you're questioning or unsure of right now and try to get the answers or clarity that you need when it comes to what you should do or what you need to know about that question. So I hope this reading helps you. As always, my loves, thank you so much for being here. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. And whatever vibe you're on, don't bring anything into your life that doesn't belong, okay? If y'all want to book a personal reading, there are 3 options, all of which are linked in the description box below, or you can click the LINKTREE link. Either way, it'll take you to the booking page. Check it out if you want to get your reading. Don't purchase a reading if your money is funny, okay? They will be there. But if you've been wanting a reading and you can afford a reading, definitely go check it out and book, okay? Can't wait to see you there. Love bugs. Boy, I tell you, y'all really got listen, not just y'all. Let me not say y'all, because I don't want to put anything negative on you guys at all. I want you to know that no matter what messages come out, there may be someone out there who needs to hear them. So that's why I tell you guys, don't bring anything into your life that doesn't belong. Because when I talk about something, I never want you to just automatically think that the reading is for you just because this is a Pisces channel or just because you watch this channel on a regular basis. Even if you don't watch on a regular basis and you come across the reading, I never want you guys to feel like something just automatically applies to you because you are a Pisces. All of us are on our own journeys and all of us have different places that we're at on a journey. So you may be coming out of a stage that I'm describing, you may be entering into it, or you may be going through it and be in the middle of it. But either way, I don't want you to ever feel like something is just for you because of the title or because of the sign or whatever we're talking about. But with that being said, there's definitely this pest-like energy, this pestering, aggravating or annoying energy. Page of Swords. Somebody really wants to get in y'all's business. And it's crazy. Somebody really wants to irritate you, aggravate you. Ma'am, while you stretching on the screen. Now, her goofy butt. If she was stretching on the screen, snowflake. But anyway. There's definitely somebody who's trying to get on your nerves or pester you or get under your skin. Just be annoying. And it's somebody who's very immature minded. Okay? They have immature communication style. And they just think I feel like they're shallow. Very, very shallow minded. Okay? But let's see, what for Pisces, guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God, for Pisces, what is it that Pisces is questioning or unsure about right now? Please show us the information that Pisces needs to know. What are you questioning or unsure of? A connection, a friendship. You're questioning whether or not someone is really your friend. You're questioning whether or not someone's communication is genuine. You're questioning whether or not what someone is saying is true or false. You're questioning whether or not someone is really meant to be in your life. You may even be questioning what role a person plays in your life or what role a friendship or a connection plays in your life. Some of you guys could be questioning whether or not you're going to get a job or get an interview for something. Whether or not a business deal is going to go through. It's about you and another person coming together. Some of you are questioning whether or not you're ever going to meet your person. Okay. What is the answer to this question? Ooh, Seven of Pentacles. Time will tell. Time will tell. Seven of Pentacles. I feel like Spirit is telling you that the answer lies, it lies beneath your contemplation of whether or not you are willing to make the investment that's needed to get what it is that you want. Whether or not it's worth you making the investment. That's the answer to your question. Are you willing to invest the time, energy, money, and effort into whatever this is? Or are you willing to be patient and kind of diligent? Also, the answer lies within you asking yourself, are you putting all of your eggs in one basket? Is that wise for you? Are the questions that you're asking yourself, like, are those things associated with those questions really worth your time and your energy? The possible outcome, the Fool. Taking a leap of faith, jumping in, trusting. Also loyalty as well. New beginnings. Okay. Also paying attention. Paying attention. Taking what you've learned thus far and applying it to new experiences. What's hidden? The King of Wands. Okay. Just the King of Wands. Could be your desires. Someone else's desires and intentions. What someone else wants. What you want. Somebody's hands could be hidden. Because this King of Wands is a nasty bastard. He got his hand underneath the thing. Right on his ding-a-ling, child. I can't, I can't deal with this King of Wands. What's the advice? Justice. So Spirit is telling you to try to do what's right for everyone involved. And that includes you. Because sometimes when we try to do what's right for everyone involved, we forget ourselves. And at the bottom, we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, like, what is it that you really want? What is it that you want in the situation? What do you desire? Are you being arrogant? Are you being overindulgent? Are you being a little bit delusional? Or I'm hearing delusions of grandeur. Or like putting unrealistic expectations on people, places, things. I kind of feel like whatever it is that you're questioning, the answer is going to come from you figuring out what the end result is that you really want. Like, what is the goal that you really want in a situation? And if you don't see something being in alignment with your truest desire, or someone is not expressing to you what their desires are, either openly or truly, then I feel like some of you guys are going to have to decide whether or not you want to stay or go. Whether or not you want to walk away or stick it out. Whatever that may mean for you in your situation. Now let's see. Okay, so why is the cups? Why is the Two of Cups here for the question or dilemma that Pisces has at this time? Why is the Two of Cups? Okay. Judgment. Making a decision. Possibly having a wake-up call. Seven of Swords and the Page of Cups. I feel like there was some information. I feel like there was some information that was purposefully omitted or left out. Like there were details that you didn't have, or details that you didn't know, or someone purposefully did not tell you the full truth of a situation. And I feel like you're realizing that. I feel like you could only see part of the landscape or part of the story. You only had half of the truth. There could have been lies. There could have been deception. There could have been some type of sneaky behavior going on that you're now becoming more awakened to, or realizing in a situation. This could also be you deceiving yourself, or you not wanting to see the truth. Take it how it resonates. But it could also be that there's like a strategy here that you're starting to realize could potentially pay off with the Seven of Swords, Page of Cups. One more card for the Two of Cups with the Judgment. The Knight of Cups. Knight of Wands. And there's that raggedy... Let me not say raggedy, bitch. There's that Page of Swords. Almost said it again. So, somebody's coming towards you, curious about you. They're asking questions about you. They're communicating with you. They are taking steps towards expressing their feelings. I feel like you, or they're investigating you. I don't know exactly what that means for you, but there's somebody who's coming towards you and they're inquiring about you or asking you questions. And I feel like there's an ulterior motive, or there's a strategy as to how someone communicates with you, a strategy as to like what they say, how they approach you, their tone of voice, the questions that they ask. And I feel like you're picking up on that Seven of Swords. You're picking up on the fact that somebody could have ulterior motives, or someone could be leaving certain details out of whatever it is that they're approaching you with. Or you can tell that someone's like in their head, or they're possibly overthinking. This could be a Gemini for some of you guys. It could be a Scorpio. Somebody's just trying to get your attention. And you're trying to figure out why. Like, why are you trying to get my attention? Why are you trying to get my attention this way? What is it that you really want? What are your true intentions? Your intuition is flaring up, child. Okay. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here as far as the answer to Pisces' question? Nine of Swords. Two of Swords and the Lovers. I feel like it may take time for you to see the truth in the situation. Now, this could all be about you, right? You guys could be investigating something, or looking into something, researching things, trying to figure out what's the best way to go about getting what you want done, making your dreams come true, and reaching the point in your life where you are in alignment with your higher self. And the action that you're taking to kind of manifest your goals, or the path that you're investigating when it comes to reaching the goal that you want to reach, may be a little bit unclear, right? So as an individual, I feel like some of you guys are learning how to, it's like you're learning how to find the best ground to plant seeds on. You're trying, and this could go for relationships, this could go for career, this could go for any aspect of your life, professional, personal, whatever. You guys are looking for the best ground, the most fertile ground to plant seeds on. And I think that what you don't see, or what you don't hear, or what is in between the lines is what kind of has you, I wouldn't say afraid, but maybe a little cautious, or possibly a little nervous about planting your seeds, right? You see things that show you that you don't see everything. Do you get what I'm saying? You see signs, you see synchronicities, you see omens, you see evidence that there are things that you can't see. And I think that is what possibly makes you a little bit cautious or hesitant to carry out certain actions towards your goal or to continue communicating with a person, right? It's the evidence that is missing that you're picking up on. And because you don't see all of the details of a situation, I feel that you are kind of trying to choose. You're really trying to choose what path you're meant to walk down. And it kind of feels like you're in this analysis paralysis state with the Nine of Swords, or you're just thinking about all of the things that have happened in the past that you've possibly felt like you made the wrong decision on. And it's kind of keeping you in this place of, you might be backing up because that truck is backing up. Oh. It's kind of keeping you in that place of like not making any decision because you don't know what decision to make. And I feel like what you don't see, or the evidence of what you don't see, is causing you to fear something that could possibly happen negatively. And I think that's the issue. It's like Spirit is trying to get you to make a decision and you're not making a decision, or a decision is being presented to you and you don't know if it's the right one. Jesus Christ. I was trying to see what that card was. It was the Ace of Cups, but then the Fool reverse popped out. So what Spirit is saying is that when you're in this position, when you're contemplating these things and experiencing these emotions, what's tripping you up is either making a decision through fear, which we've been talking about, or not making a decision at all because you're afraid. And that is ultimately what's going to lead you to the outcome that you don't want. That's what the Nine of Swords is. It's like being afraid that something isn't going to work out. So you don't do anything. You don't invest. You don't take action. And therefore that ends up bringing to fruition the outcome that you ultimately did not want. Four of Swords, Ten of Cups. There's a lot of things in your life that you've put to rest. There's a lot of things that you've deaded. Like there's a lot of things that you have ended, closed the door on, deaded, put to rest, buried, that you don't want to talk about anymore because you feel like it wouldn't be a smart way to go about creating the future that you want. There's a lot of things that you just don't want to invest time and energy into, and you're refusing to look at it, you're refusing to see it, but it's still kind of like affecting you in a way when it comes to making decisions. You've made peace with a lot of decisions that you've made like over time, but I don't think you've really 100% made peace. Like, I don't know how to explain this other than it's like you're not necessarily healing certain things. You've kind of healed certain things, but the fact that the things existed, the fact that the situations occurred, the fact that things happened the way that they did kind of hinders you or stifles you or cripples you when it comes to making choices. Some of you guys may literally be crippled from something, or you feel like something has crippled you. You feel like there's something that you have experienced. Like, I don't know if you guys were in like a car accident, or if you had some type of other accident, like a workplace, workers' comp situation, or if you had like a military injury, or if there was something that like went wrong in a surgery or something like that. But it feels more like you were actively like doing things. You were actively, or you were being active, right? And then you incorporated some type of accident into the situation. You didn't do it, but it was brought to your attention. It happened to you. It occurred. And now it's like I feel like you're struggling to sleep, you're struggling to focus. You question yourself now that something has happened. So it's kind of like if you were to go to the military, of course, people who are in the military come back sometimes with PTSD. If you have like a car accident, you may become extremely cautious when you finally get back out on the road. If you've had bad surgeries and you need another surgery, you may be nervous about trusting the physician, even if it's a new physician or who you consider to be a better physician. It's like, damn, I don't have nothing else to give. But I feel like the answer is like, okay, well then that's your answer, right? But if you can't live with that, if you're not going to be able to live with your choice of walking away, or if you're not going to be able to live with your choice of not doing the thing, and that's going to eat away at you and give you anxiety, even if you try to ignore it, you know the truth. It's like, that's the thing that you're going to have to consider. That's the answer to your question, right? So if there's a person who's approaching you and they're coming towards you, you're attracted to them, they're attracted to you, they're giving you some type of attention, advancement towards you, and you've been through a lot of abuse or heartbreak, even if you're platonically meeting people and making friends, but you've had a lot of really fucked up friends in your life, it's like you're at a crossroads right now as to whether or not you're going to just say, I'm going to do this despite the fear, or I'm going to walk away from this and live with the fact that I didn't do it. And that's the answer. Can you live with the fact that you are not going to do it? Can you live with the fact that you walk away from something that you're really passionate about, or someone who you really are attracted to, or someone who you really have a bond with, or a situation that you really enjoy, or a hobby that you really enjoy? Like, are you going to walk away from it? And can you live with that if you do? That's how you're going to find the answer to your question. If you say that you're not going to be able to live with it, or it's going to constantly, because that's what I was feeling. It's like, if you feel like you want to do something or be with someone or experience a thing and you don't do it, you're going to have that fear of missing out, or you're going to have that feeling of what if. Okay? The possible outcome is the Fool card, so I feel like you're going to do it. See, Pisces, you be kind of like nervous about things, but you ain't no punk ass bitch. So even if it's something that makes you feel vulnerable, or even if it's something that makes you feel exposed, or shows your hand, your cards, whatever, you're going to still do it because you ain't no punk ass bitch. Now, I feel like a card is flipped over. It is. The Five of Pentacles. Ooh, and the Chariot. Yeah, you're just insecure about moving forward. You feel alone. You may feel like you've been walking this path alone for a long time. You may need help, and you're being guided towards that help. A door may be closed, and you have no choice but to move on. There could be a financial struggle that you're experiencing that prevents your movement or keeps you from moving forward. Some of you don't have a vehicle. Yeah. That's what I feel like it is, though. But I feel like you're going to do something. Why is the Fool card here for the possible outcome? The Ace of Cups. And that was the card that made the Fool reverse come out. That's crazy. I feel like the only reason why you feel like something is a bad decision is because you've been very tarnished. I heard the word tarnished. The only reason why you aren't fully embracing someone or something, or the reason why you're not, jumping all in or all into something, is because you've been tarnished in the past, or embarrassed, or called out, or really kind of like abused in the past. But I feel like your love for someone, or your love for something, or the blessing that you see in a situation, the fresh start that you want, is going to outweigh whatever fear that you have. Your curiosity too. Look, Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Something is going to feel new. Something is going to feel fresh. Something is going to feel positive. You're still going to be cautious, but I feel like when you begin something, or when you start something, or when you keep learning about someone or something, the more information that you find, the more clarity that you search for, the more questions that you ask, is the more that you feel comfortable or prepared to kind of like invest in something, or take a leap of faith to do something. What's the Ace of Cups with the Fool? The Knight of Wands. Some of you guys, a person is offering love to you. Some of you guys, this is just a creative endeavor, something that you're very passionate about, that you're going to choose to explore. You're going to learn more about. The Fool feels very free. It feels very freeing, or very much so like open. The Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Yeah, there's an opportunity being presented to you, and I feel like you're going to take it and try to move forward or make progress. You're going to make a good decision. Whatever this is, you're going to make the right decision. To walk through the door, or to step over the threshold, to start whatever this is, to put your best foot forward. That's what it feels like. I feel like you're going to put your best foot forward. Some of you may have like a hip injury, or a foot injury, or like something is out of alignment, possibly with your spine. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist. Please see the disclaimer below and speak to your professional health provider if need be. Okay? You should not make decisions based off of this reading in regards to your health, legal situations, or whatever else that professionals should advise you on. But what I do feel is like there's something out of balance when it comes to your body. Like, I don't know if some of y'all got scoliosis, or I don't know what this is, but there's something physical that's imbalanced. And when I said put your best foot forward, it's like you got a bad hip, or you got a bad foot, or I don't know, something like that. But I feel like you're going to take this opportunity, and you're going to make a decision to continue to be curious, because the love you have for someone or something outweighs the fear that you have about doing it. That's what kind of like I feel like. I mean, it kind of feels like this is advice. Ooh, that scared me. It kind of feels like this is advice, but it's like the possible outcome is kind of speaking on what you're going to end up choosing. So it kind of feels like your higher self is speaking to you and giving you the advice about what you need to do. It's like your higher self is saying, pursue what you love, because that's how you're going to be more in alignment with me. Do what you love. Do what your heart desires. 9 of Cups. What do you really want? If you really want this person, if you really want this friendship, if you really enjoy this hobby, if you really want this career or this job, or if you really enjoy this business or whatever, do what you love, bitch. Like, do what you love, because then we can meet up and have drinks. Like, period. Higher self. What you enjoy, what you love, what you find joy in should be your top priority. Now, when it comes to what's hidden with this King of Wands, why is the King of Wands what's hidden? It could be that you don't know what you want. Wow, Ten of Cups reversed. Um, so there could be some confusion because you may not feel the same way about someone or something every day. Like, your feelings about a situation or a person may fluctuate. Okay. There's definitely a fire sign that's unhappy. Okay. Scorpio is out here. Aries is out here. Libra, Taurus, possibly Aquarius. Okay. But there is definitely a fire sign that's upset. This could be an estranged family member. This could be someone who's your ex. This could be a person you have children with. There may also be times where you don't get exactly what you want. 10 of Wands, 2 of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, there's some type of burden. There's a burden here about making this decision. Like, I feel like someone's trying to force their will on you when it comes to making this decision. It feels like because this fire sign, or yeah, it's like a fire sign. I feel like because this person is not going to be happy with your decision, they're trying to force you to make the decision that they want you to make, or force you to make a different choice. What the heck? Oh my God. Cards just flipping out. 6 of Wands and the Empress. It's definitely clear that something is working out. Okay. The Lovers and the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like somebody knows that a decision that you're making is going to work out for you, and for some reason that makes them unhappy, or they feel pressure. They feel pressure being placed on them because something is flowing or working out or very successful for you. I feel like if you know, if something is working out for you and it makes somebody else up, I don't know. What's the point of this King of Wands? What's the point of this King of Wands? Page of Cups. I don't know. It kind of feels like this is someone who's being delusional, or you're thinking about the illusion of somebody versus the reality of who they are. The Moon and the 7 of Swords. Yeah, lies, deceit, betrayal. Somebody could be upset about you being stolen away. This could be somebody who you work for, and they're finding out that you're going to go out for another position somewhere. They're afraid of you being stolen away. I don't know. There's something that somebody doesn't want you to know about, like, your desires or your dreams. I feel like what you want and what you desire is connected to someone else's reality. Like, what you want, what you desire, the choices that you make have some type of bearing or effect on another person's reality or happiness. And it's kind of like this person is sending these waves of pressure on you to be confused about your decision, or they're sending subliminals or saying things to you that make you question your decision. And it's just like, I feel like this is somebody who's afraid that somebody's going to steal you away. That's what it feels like. Because they know that they've kept secrets. They know that they've lied. They know that they have some type of submerged hidden fears about what they've lied to you about the betrayal that they've kind of imposed upon you, about the secrets that they told, or I don't know. I didn't even mean to say that. But whatever this person has done in the dark, they're either afraid of it coming to the light, or they're afraid of you coming into the light, coming into your own, finding yourself, finding love, being happy in whatever it is that you do, because it's going to show, it feels like it's going to show how unhappy you were in another situation. Like it's going to reveal to you how little someone did for you, or how unfulfilling a job was, or how someone really was not giving you what it is that you deserve. It's going to break the illusion of whatever this person represents in your life, or whoever this person is in your life. And I definitely said that hand. That's so strange. It's like your choice to go with the flow that's flowing versus the obstructed flow that has obstacles. Like your choice to go down the path that's flowing more easily than the other is calling attention to how little something was flowing before. Or it's calling attention to how many obstacles there were before with whatever you're leaving behind. And I feel like it's a person that has to do with this. That's crazy. Why is the Justice card here for advice? The Ace of Swords. That's crazy. Yeah, focus on what's clear to you. Clarity, truth, fairness, balance. Try to focus on that. Try to focus on maintaining that type of mentality. Try to focus on encouraging that type of energy, either within yourself or within others. Yeah, wow. So we have the Ace of Cups. We saw the Ace of Pentacles earlier, and now we see the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you have an opportunity to have a victory here and finally put something to rest. Finally make peace with like things that you may have buried. Okay. I feel like whoever this person is over here was distracting you or encouraging you subconsciously or subliminally to bury your dreams or not go for your dreams. You have an opportunity for success here. Whatever it is that you're contemplating, or whoever you're contemplating, I feel like this is justice. This is something that's going to create peace in your life. And it's going to uncover things that you may not have understood in the past that are going to become clear. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Another scale. Prioritize what's working. Prioritize success. Prioritize things that feel right. Tower. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys are also going to receive something. It's like all of a sudden you're going to receive some type of like validation, vindication, additional income, a victory in court. Like by you because the Tower, I always tell you guys, is either you jump or you get pushed. And when you jump, it equates to the Fool card. So I feel like when you take the leap of faith, or when you jump and trust that you will be just fine, then I feel like you're going to receive some type of clarity, or you're going to receive some type of justice. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles and the Lovers. That is crazy. Some of you guys are going to have some type of like change at work that you're really going to feel happy about. This could be a raise or a promotion. Some of you guys may even be offered a better position either at your current job or at a new job. Some of you guys are going to get an offer and a phone call from a job, and you're afraid to leave your old job because you're worried if you're going to be happy at the new job. You are going to be happy at the new job. I'm telling you right now. And I feel like your old boss is going to offer you something to try to keep you in a place where you're actually really unhappy, just so that you don't leave, because they need you or they value you or they have something that you can only do that they don't know how someone else is going to do it. That's what it feels like. And that can be applied to any of your questions, right? Like if you're getting an opportunity to do something, whether this is being invited to gatherings, celebrations, parties, invited to go out, meeting people, taking classes, starting a business, like whatever this is that you're doing or want to do, you're going to get some type of request to stay so that you don't take this leap of faith. I feel like you're focusing on whatever it is that you're doing. You're creating quality work. You're building, you're getting closer and closer to a goal, right? Whatever that goal may be, but it's something tangible, like saving money to buy a house, wanting to advance in your career because monetarily you may want to make more money, having financial goals, having goals when it comes to your age and your progression of maturity in life. You're getting closer and closer to these goals, and you've been very focused on reaching these goals. And I think now it's just a choice of like, now that I've gotten to this point, which way do I want to go? Right? Like when you're in college and you choose a major and you can do a few different things, but then you have to pick like a focus. I don't know if I said that right, but that's how it feels. Or in The Sims, a lot of you play The Sims. When you get to a certain career level in like the culinary career, you can either choose to continue with like cooking, but the whole time, like as you're advancing in The Sims through the culinary career, you're not only learning how to cook and bake, but you're learning mixology. And you can choose to either go down the cooking path, or you can choose to go down the mixology path and be a bartender or a specialist when it comes to mixology, right? That's how kind of the careers in The Sims work in some of them, where once you get to a certain point, there's a fork in the road. So I feel like you're at the fork point and you have to choose which path you're going to take. And it kind of feels like whatever you're contemplating leaving behind, whatever you're contemplating moving forward from, whatever you're contemplating taking a different direction on, is going to try its best to pull you back or force you to stay. And Spirit is saying that this is the explosion that you need. This is the realization, the wake-up call that you need to make the choice to go towards the opportunity that is actually in alignment with you, versus staying in a situation where you've invested so much time and energy and effort, but not felt like you received a lot of that back, right? Because you're going to feel foolish. You're going to feel like all of this time and energy that you invested in whatever you're doing will be wasted. But in reality, it's not going to be wasted. When you step into the new thing, or when you step forward towards the choice, because it may not be a new thing. It may just be a new attitude, because I'm hearing that song. I got a new attitude. I'm looking good from my head to my shoes. Know where I'm going and I know what to do. Ooh, 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 ooh. I got a new attitude. So you may be in the same situation, or you may be doing what you've always been doing, but you're approaching it with a new attitude, or you're incorporating new ideas. This is all a part of the equation. And I feel like the evidence that you see from the incorporation of those new ideas, or the evidence that you see when you lean towards the new path, is going to solidify to you how little something else was working, or how counterproductive it may have been to your overall well-being. I feel like Spirit is guiding you towards the right choice. But it's going to come from you focusing more of your energy on what's clear to you versus what's not really clear, or focusing more of your energy on what feels more natural than what doesn't. But see, what you're going to have to do is understand, is something really natural to me, or is it a result of adaptation to my trauma? That's the question you're going to ask. And I'm telling you, the answer to that question is, if you really feel that you can walk away from something and never regret walking away, like, of course, there may be regrets. But like, if there's something that, like I said, if there's something that you really love or that you're really passionate about, and you just find so much of a draw to it, or a person who you're very much so drawn to, something that you're very much so drawn to, and you feel like you can't walk away, or you feel like you just can't not see it through, that's telling you, hey there, we're calling it. We're calling you over. That's Spirit's way of calling you over. For sure. A lot of Scorpio energy. A lot of air energy, I feel, too, for some reason. And any of the other signs that I called. Okay, what else does Pisces need to know when it comes to this message for clarity? Ooh, excuse me. That was a big one, bitch. Sad woman. Fame and luxury. So somebody could want fame and luxury. They could want fame because they feel like fame comes with luxury, and they may not have it, and they could be sad. This could be you or someone else. Someone could be very famous or get a lot of attention, but they don't have the luxury. Like, you know, famous people or celebrities who are broke, kind of gives that vibe. Somebody also could be a person who really doesn't like a lot of the attention that comes with fame, but they want the luxury or the lifestyle that comes with fame. Oh my. When I said that, 3 cards flipped out. Gossip, fate, trip. So some of you could be taking a trip and people are talking about it. This could also be a situation where you're seeing things from a higher perspective when it comes to your fate or your destiny. There could be people saying, oh, you're going places. That Pisces, they're meant to go places. Crystals and healthy eating. Word travels fast. Something about word traveling fast. I don't know. I feel like you're finding out what people have been saying. You're getting clarity about what the word is. What's the word, yo? I just heard word up. It's word girl. What the fuck? That's a cartoon. That's like Sesame Street or something. I don't know. Word up. It's word girl. Word up. This could be about vocabulary as well. The way you speak, the way you carry yourself. There could be people who are, you could be getting attention for like something that could be considered to be bad, but it's actually providing you a lot of like luxury and wealth. I don't know exactly what that is. Let me see. I want to use this deck. What is this? I feel like you don't want people in your business, but I feel like you have to see it from a higher perspective. Some of you guys are meant to be very popular, well known for something that you do, but you don't like the spotlight or you don't want to be in the public eye. But I feel like Spirit is trying to give you a different perspective to that. You know how some spiritual people are like, well, you know, spirituality shouldn't be about money. Like you shouldn't charge for your services and da 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 da. Like the old outdated belief of spiritual people. Everything you do should be for the greater good of the collective. And if you're making money from your work or you're doing things to propel yourself forward financially, you know, then you're not really pure. You're not really love and light, and money is the devil and all these types of things. Even when, you know, religious people say that shit, that don't make no sense, because that keeps all the righteous people poor. That's stupid. You know, because you still handing out the collection plates and carrying them around. Because without collection and, you know, handouts from the government for your nonprofit church, you wouldn't be able to have the things that you have. So it's like, that's hypocritical. I feel like you are gaining a higher perspective on the hypocritical things that people say. And if you're the type of person, I feel like a lot of you guys, just because, you know, some things in the reading came out the way that they did, I feel like some of you guys are definitely on the precipice of a major decision that can propel you forward in a major way. And I don't think people understand your emotions fully. I don't think that people 100% relate to your perspective, but that is because your perspective is higher, or you're more connected to source, to God, to the ethers, to a higher vibration. And it's difficult when you have that connection to a higher vibration and you can see the outcome of a higher vibration, but then your reality kind of differs from that perspective, or your reality contradicts that. And I don't think people understand fully that that's the reason why you may get emotional, or that's the reason why you may be very passionate about something. But I feel like that's what you're meant to, like, that's a part of your fate. That's a part of your destiny. I can't tell you what your destiny is. I can't tell you what your fate is. But what I can say is that there's some type of clarity that I feel like you guys are meant to bring to a higher perspective. And because it's controversial, or because it's different, it will cause the word to travel fast. It will cause there to be a lot of gossip or talk about what it is that you're saying, and help bring awareness so that the vibration can be lifted, and the reality that you see in your mind's eye can match with the reality that everyone is experiencing. Hope that makes sense. So you could be the type of person who's meant to be famous, or meant to be in the public eye, or meant to be very popular for what it is that you think or say or do, what it is that you write or create, right? But you may, it's like, yeah, the lifestyle may be great, but you may not like all parts of it. And I feel like that's because of certain beliefs that have been ingrained in you by people who have either gossiped about you or set unrealistic expectations in those aspects, kind of like the example of money in the spiritual and religious community. Okay. What's this gossip, fate, and trip? Ooh, 8 of Wands. So some of you guys may be taking a trip, or you're meant to travel somewhere, and there could be talk about it, but no solid plans. I feel like I feel like spirit is pulling you somewhere. Overseas. It's like over water. It feels like over water. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be overseas, but it could be over water. Like you could fly over water. The moon and the shadow side. That's the devil. Cancer energy, Capricorn energy. Some of you may not know where a path is going. Some of you really don't know that you're about to be doing a lot of traveling, or there's about to be a lot of movement that happens. I feel like some of you are afraid of what's lurking behind the shadows if you go down a certain path. But I feel like also word travels fast. There's some type of communication happening in secret. 9 of Cups. I feel like you're meant to be gossiped about. I feel like you guys are meant to be gossiped about. People are meant to have your name in their mouth. Like, that's the point. Hangman and the 3 of Swords. Yeah. But I feel that it's hard to deal with, because it's like, just say you're a designer, an artist, and you do a very controversial art gallery show, right? And you end up tackling some sensitive or controversial themes. It's like spirit wants those themes and topics to be discussed. And you're the person who has the, what is it? I was just reading this on Netflix website last night. You're the person that has like the courage, but I'm looking for a different word and I can't think of it. I feel like it's a C word, but you guys are the ones that have the courage to tackle that. Like, other people are too weak. Other people, I told you ain't never been no punk ass bitch. And it feels like because you are so fierce in that way, unfortunately, you're the one who not only is confident and courageous enough to speak about it and respected for that, but you're also chastised for that. You're also beat down for that. You're also talked about really like ferociously for that. And it's a hard thing. That's why I feel like the 3 of Swords is here. It's like trying to see wish fulfillment from a different perspective, because there is so much pain associated with it for whatever reason. Like, getting what you want, moving forward, there's gonna be a lot of pain attached to it, because you're gonna be able to feel the toxicity from people doing things and saying things behind the scenes and underneath the surface, calling you out, trying to cancel you, stuff like that. Yeah, 3 of Wands. I feel like spirit is saying you can expect to get what you want. But you can also, like I said earlier, it's going to be kind of a hard decision. And there's the 10 of Wands. I feel like, though, your spirit knew, because the Fate card is here. I just feel like you knew that this was going to be a part of your path. Things have been so hard. It's like you're kind of waiting for things to get a little bit easier. Some of you guys are being moved by spirit. Like, you're being whisked away from something that you thought you wanted in order to give you what it is that you really want. And you're being challenged to look at it from a higher perspective. Anything else to provide clarity for Pisces? Fast movement. Damn. Crystals again at the bottom, and loneliness. That's crazy. I feel like some of you guys have something that's about to move really quickly. And it's going to be controversial. And it's going to be a little bit, I don't know. It might be a little scary, okay? It's like you're going to be questioning, is this really what I want? One more card for clarity for Pisces. Date. Yeah, I don't know if this is a relationship or your career, but it kind of feels like, yeah, expecting and then music. Some of you guys could have some type of strides in the music business. If you do music already, or if you are musically inclined, musically talented, some of you guys, there's an important date coming up when it comes to music. Maybe you're dropping an album or an EP or a song. But it's like you're going to be like, damn, is this really... Are we really... Now, be careful because you could be listening to music on a date and it could be vibes going on with somebody and then you end up pregnant or getting somebody pregnant. So, you know, watch your dick. Watch the dicks being inserted, okay? Because something could move very fast. Because it feels very clear, right? Whenever things kind of move slow or they're a bunch of challenges, is because something is not really clear. But when it, like even in the readings, a lot of times when the message is not really clear, the reading is like choppy. It moves slow. Now we're only at an hour and we've got a lot of information. And it's very clear what Spirit is saying, you know? So it moved faster. You may be upset with a person who's trying to like move fast with you on a date. You may have been expecting someone to be a certain way, but maybe they're rushing you or they're trying to make you feel like you're not a priority or they're not focusing on you. They're waiting to do the next thing or get to the next thing. I don't know. It kind of feels like that could be what you feel. I feel like some of you guys are definitely in a position where things are changing professionally or personally in your life. And you may meet people who you can feel are trying to move fast with you because they know you maybe are famous or they know that you have clout or they know that you're very popular, and you can tell that they're just trying to get in quick with you so that they can become attached because of who you are. And that could be sad, you know. There could be a date approaching very quickly, like maybe, you know, like when you take a vacation and it feels like it takes so long for the vacation to get there, but then you're getting on your flight or you're starting on your road trip, you know, or you're getting on your cruise, and it's like everything is so great and amazing, and then it's like the time that it took for the trip to get there feels like an eternity. And when you first start the trip, it feels great, like you have all the time in the world. But then as the days go by, it's like time just keeps moving faster and faster. And before you know it, the fucking trip is over. And you can feel that. That's kind of what I feel too. And I give you guys all these different examples because everybody's in different situations doing different things. Okay. What's the sad woman in fast movement? Yeah, you could be, yeah, it could be that you're sad because you want something to last longer and it's coming to an end very quickly, or you could be a little overwhelmed by how fast something is moving towards a goal, and it could be just very overwhelming. What's sad woman fast movement and date? Six of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. I feel like you guys are going to all of a sudden receive some type of clarity about what needs to change, what sacrifices you need to make, what's working and what's not. I feel like you're getting some type of good news, but it may be a temporary thing. I don't know. The Empress and the Moon again. Yeah. Like this is a temporary thing. Like something good is coming in. There's some type of harvest that you're going to receive. There's some type of flow that you have. But I feel like you're not sure when this opportunity will come again or when like something will happen in this way again. That's kind of what it feels like. What's the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Cups? Queen of Swords. Yeah. But I'm not sure which way it goes for you. The Moon again and the Magician. Yeah, I just don't know, you guys. It kind of feels like you see something that's short-lived or you see something that's too good to be true. I'm not sure why, though. It's like you see clearly that something is worth investing in, or you see that something is good or that it's going to work out, but it's like you don't know maybe the catch. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It's like you know that there's some catch or there's something hidden behind an opportunity or an offer. Huh. What is it that Pisces is sensing? What is this like hesitation coming from? Or this hidden moon energy, magician energy? It's kind of like there's something going on underneath the surface or something that someone is doing that's hidden that you may be a little nervous about, but you're going to benefit from it. I don't know. I don't know if this is something illegal. I don't think it is because the Justice and the Ace of Swords is here with the Six of Pentacles over here. So I don't think this is something illegal. I feel like this is something you deserve. I feel like this is something that you have worked for. I feel like this is something that you could even be owed. And I don't think it's illegal, but I feel like you know that there's things that either people don't see or there's a hidden aspect that makes it like a little negative. So what is that feeling that I'm feeling when it comes to this for Pisces? Poverty, main male, and despair. You may be taking an opportunity from someone else, and you could feel guilty because you're putting someone else in an impoverished situation, or you're putting someone else at a detriment because you're at a benefit. I don't know what that means. Like if you're taking a position or a position is being offered to you at your current job or at a new job, and you know that someone's going to be out of a job because you're being offered the job, or someone is not going to get the opportunity. Yeah, this could even be your big brother. Big brother. I'm hearing big brother. I've never watched Big Brother, but I plan to watch it because I think it's coming out today. Yeah. I plan to watch Big Brother and hopefully it'll work out. But I was watching somebody talk about Big Brother, and there's like two people that get picked to sit in these seats where you could get eliminated, but then there's all these different stipulations where you can fight to stay in the Big Brother house, and whoever wins the immunity can either like use it towards someone else or use it for themselves if they end up being in like the hot seat to get eliminated. And the person who was describing this basically said, now tell me if you watch Big Brother in the comments. The person who was describing this said that sometimes there are two people up for elimination and one of the people will receive immunity and then end up giving it to another person, even though they're on the chopping block as well. So it kind of feels like self-sabotage, self-sacrifice. And what I get from this is that like there's a masculine energy, or there's a very focal male. There's a male here. There's a man, because this is a boy and these are two men. So there's a masculine energy or a man who is the main focus of this reading, that's going to possibly end up going through some type of conflict because of an ending. And you may feel guilty for that, right? But it's like spirit, I don't think spirit wants you to use your immunity on somebody else. They want you to use it for yourself. Like someone may be out of a job, or someone may miss out on an opportunity. And while you're coming out of a position of poverty, it may put someone else in poverty. I don't understand, but maybe. Can I get one more card to try to clarify this energy? Thoughts in reverse. So negative thoughts, unfinished business. Courthouse, which is another 5 card. The despair card was 32. Courthouse is 23. Ooh, and 2 7s. 16 is a 7. 34 is a 7. And then we have 37, which is a 10 or 1. And the main male was a 1. So 175. 175. 571. 751, 715, 10. Somebody's gathering information and preparing documents, preparing information, preparing demographics, finding demographics. They could be researching, asking questions to figure out a person's name, age, date of birth, social security number. I'm getting like that. This could be a background check. Somebody could be gathering information on you and doing a background check. Or you could be gathering all the information that you need to get like a passport or something. Or this could be all the information that you need to gather to start a business with the occupation card. Either way, information is being gathered. And with that information, somebody may think negatively about your career. Or someone may have like a change of heart about you because they find out what it is that you do, or thoughts about you because they find out what it is that you do in like your business or your hobbies or your occupation, something that you enjoy doing. I don't know. Let's see if I can clarify this as well, because I just want to get down to like the bottom of that feeling that I feel with this. What's this poverty and thoughts reversed? 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, something about work, or something about what you're working towards, what you're building. Knight of Swords and the Page of Wands. There's a message being sent either through a messenger app, or literally somebody sending a message to you, like telephone. Somebody could be calling you on the telephone. There's communication coming in, or somebody wants to communicate with you about work. And it's possibly an opportunity. Now, this could also be someone who feels like after finding out what you do and what your occupation is, it doesn't have to be negative. But I feel like this is going 2 ways. So just bear with me. After discovering things about you, or after researching who you are, what you do, what your occupation is, what your business is, someone could see you as having a totally different like perspective. And that's what came to mind because of what I talked about over here. There could be people who definitely judge you for your perspective, and they have negative thoughts about you. It's very dangerous. Or they feel like your thoughts or your opinions are dangerous because they could be controversial, right? But I feel like there's someone here who's finding out about what you do for an occupation, and they are getting a different, like it's a light bulb going off in their mind. You're starting to inspire them to, they're hearing messages from what you're saying, and it's like that's your people. And they're thinking differently about what they have discovered. So it's like there's something that is complete. Or they're getting a complete picture of who you are. And either you're getting turned down or left out of groups and opportunities because of your opinions or your thoughts being different, or you're being accepted. So it's like finding your people. But that's like a part of this, because if this is somebody who wants to elevate you or they want to give you an opportunity, it kind of feels like you're weighing the pros and cons, because you know that there are going to be people like this. Like, you know that there are going to be some people who accept your point of view and what it is that you do, or there's going to be people who want to burn you at the stake. Literally. What's the 8 of Pentacles? 6 of Cups. Yeah, your work history. Some of you guys may feel like your past work history or your background is going to keep you out of certain positions or jobs. Like, you may be a felon, you may have been unemployed for a long time, you may be in a career or do some type of business like me where you're either like very opinionated online or, you know, because they always take all of that shit into account. It's something about your past work history or what you've been doing the past 10 months, 10 years, 6 years. This could also be like you feeling like you have to go back to school, or you feeling like you don't have enough information, like maybe your degree is outdated, something like that. There's something that you feel like is hindering you from reaching the place that you want to reach. Yeah, and it's something about like your background or your history being exposed that I feel makes you feel a little self-conscious, possibly. Ace of Cups, though, just popped out. Page of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Interesting. 2 sevens, though. 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups. You could be trying to start off fresh, have a clean slate. You may not want people to know about your past. And if you enter into this group or you do these things or you start to explore or expand, come out of hermit mode, apply for things, make new friends, reach out to people, there is a risk for what you have been doing or what it is that you do to come to the surface. But the Page of Wands and the Ace of Cups with the 6 of Wands, I feel like that's definitely something positive that's unexpected. So it feels like there's this unexpected like response or this unexpected success, this unexpected blessing or opportunity or miracle that's going to happen to you with your career. And it's about either the message that you're communicating or it's about somebody communicating a message with you about what it is that you do. Okay. I hope that helped. Let's get some advice overall. I feel like ultimately, though, Spirit is saying, like, with all of these things, They want you to do what feels right for you. They want you to do what it is that calls you closer to what you want. They want you to be free and unafraid when it comes to creating the life that you want to live. What is the advice for Pisces? Relax. All worries and anxieties are leaving my mind, making space for calmness and peace. The angels want you to know that feeling at peace internally can boost overall contentment and feelings of happiness. Regardless of the challenges you face, a relaxed and calm outlook can help you navigate life's often turbulent waters more smoothly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So if you're making decisions from a place of fear, or you're not doing something or scared to do something from a place of fear, that's what's going to make whatever you fear a reality. You know? That's what I feel. Gratitude. I am grateful for many things in my life that bring me joy and comfort. The angels want you to remember, if you just pause and think for a moment, you might just recognize that you have so much to be thankful for, no matter how small these positive things might seem. Yeah, so it's like, I think a lot of you guys, to be honest with you, we saw the star with the Six of Cups. I feel like since childhood, bitch, a lot of you guys have been meant to be a star. It's like your destiny has kind of been a burden on you, or it's a weight that you've carried since childhood that feels really heavy. It's like you were born to work in a particular industry, or to do a particular thing, or to be a trailblazer in a particular area of your life. We saw this. We see the Six of Wands. We saw the star. We saw fame. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like, with the despair card, it kind of correlates to me that whatever that fame or attention or stardom or celebrity or influence or affluence, whatever that is going to come into your life because of something controversial or different or very unique. And it's either because of how you were raised, it's because of your past, it's because of your past lives, it's because of your soul, but it is a part of your destiny regardless. Yeah, and I feel like some of you are being prepared for this now. That's crazy. So they want you to focus on the positive parts about it, right? Like how I was talking about money in the church, money and spirituality. Yeah, it may be fucked up that people gossip about you and talk shit about you, but you get what I'm saying? Like, if I was able to be on Beyonce status, Beyonce level of fame, and, doing all these things, listen, that's one thing. I might not agree with everything fucking Beyonce does, but I do appreciate her ability to step forward in the world and be exposed in the world and have such a demeanor of like nonchalantness. And it's not like she doesn't care about things, but it's like she don't respond to shit. She don't give a fuck if you talking about her. She puts subliminals to respond to people and shit. And it's just like, you don't know if she's really subbing you, subbing the haters. Like, I love that about that woman. And she's a Virgo. So she is the opposite of Pisces in her zodiac sun sign. And it's just like, damn. If any of you, like, how would you really handle it? Would you fold under pressure? If you were in a position of affluence or fame, if you were in a position of celebrity, would you fold under the pressure and basically walk away from or sacrifice all the good that you could do with that power? Or would you rise to the occasion, find things to be grateful for, and chill the fuck out and move on? Like, that's what Spirit is trying, I feel like, tell you. Like, they don't want you to give away your trump card. They don't want you to give away your immunity pass to let someone else go by when you're the one who was actually meant to stay. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. Fairy wings. My inner child is happy and carefree. Do you ever feel like a lost child wandering aimlessly through life? Six of Cups. That's funny. Do you feel you've forgotten how to be truly happy and carefree? The angels ask you to play. Have fun and let go of the adult seriousness you've been carrying around. Yeah. And I feel like that's the Fool card. So I hope that helped you guys. I think I said what needs to be said. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support, all of your donations, all of your contributions, memberships, subscribes, okay, subs, and comments, you guys. Thank you so much to everyone who's booked a reading. Again, if you want to book, all of that information is below. Get in the comments. Let me know if it resonated, you guys. And remember, this is our Circle Boost. Bye.